What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be unboxing not one but two toys. We're opening up this Wonder Woman and this Wonder Woman. Let's get started. Here's the back of the box right over here. It looks pretty sweet. I've actually already taken it out. So there it is. One thing to note on here before I move on is that they have two solicitations for two new action figures that are supposed to come. It is Arkham Batman and Arkham Joker. So whenever that comes out, I'll go check them out and open them up. Personally, I've seen pictures and solicitations of the Batman Arkham. He looks kind of silly. He looks very thick. I don't like thick. The Joker looks really cool. He's lanky, he's skinny, he's great. So let's move on to the figure. Here's the figure right over here, and here's her trading card. I think it's kind of cool that they come with trading cards, guys. Like, I'm from the 90s, trading cards were a thing. Looks pretty cool. I will tell you this, I have to be honest, I only bought this figure because I saw it on the shelf and I wanted something new. So, but taking this out, it's not bad, right? It's much better than I thought it would be. When I saw the original solicitations, I was like, no thanks. But I think they might have changed the solicitations. I mean, the face, it looks a little weird. I think that, in my personal opinion, is that any likeness to an actual person for an action figure is very hard and difficult to do. But for this, it's not too bad. When I saw the original solicitations, I thought it looked like Cher. But this doesn't look like Cher. It also does not look like Gal Gadot. Like, it looks okay. It doesn't look bad. So let's talk about the paint job, because I think the paint job on this is quite nice. So on her skirt, it's not painted any glossy finish. It's actually just like a matte kind of rubber feel, which is really nice. I like that a lot. And then she's shiny on the top, which I think is a nice contrast between the two. And for her bangle and her armbands, they are kind of glossy, which is cool. It's striking, and her boots are very shiny as well. The boots, it's kind of weird. It's like with the joints, it's like they kind of try to hide it. So maybe this is in need of a little bit more paint job, because I don't know if it's supposed to be boots or if it's supposed to be like a leather thing that's tied together. I really don't know, but like there's some skin tone showing off on there. But the weakest part of this figure, it has to be the skin color, because Wonder Woman, she shows a lot of skin, and what's hard to show for plastic is skin tones. If you look at any figure that has skin tones, they are usually kind of pale or muddied. But for this, because there's so much skin, it looks like a hot dog. It doesn't look very good at all, which is kind of lame. You know, I feel like it's just hard to do for when it comes to toys. It comes with the lasso right over here, furled up, and she has the lasso unfurled. So those are the accessories that she comes with. You can kind of notch this into her little thing. Okay. And she holds this dude over here. You know, she's ready for business. She's ready to kick some butt. Let's do it, Wonder Woman. When are we gonna get Cheetah? When can we get Cheetah so we can kick some butt? Some Cheetah butt. So the hair is actually not bad either. I will say that it's more of a rubber hair, so it's easier to move her head around, which I like a lot. A lot of figures, when they do have hair, it's actually detrimental to the character, to the toy, because you can't move anything with them. Thor, for example, from Marvel Legends, I hate the hair on him because it's just hard plastic, and all he can do is this. He can't even do this. He can't do this. But this character can go down, can go side to side. Can't look up that much, but hey, you can move it around pretty good. And let's go ahead and look at the Gold Armor Wonder Woman. Here's your box. Here's her box right over there. That is the gold armor. The back of the box over there. I've actually already opened it up. So here it is over here. This is the Wonder Woman in the gold armor from 1984, the movie. And right off the bat, I will tell you that I like this figure a lot more. When I saw the solicitations, I was like, whatever, she looks like Cher. This figure is really nice. I like it a lot. It came with wings. Of course, I've already put them on. And you can move them around. You can even like fold them inward like that as well. But I think, this one here, I was having trouble earlier putting it in, but it fits in pretty snugly. The gold armor, I think, is really nice. I think McFarlane did a pretty good job on this paint job. And the face sculpt for this too isn't that bad. I'm pretty surprised. Like, as soon as you see this in the store in person, it's actually a pretty sweet figure. Out of the box looks much better than in box. I don't know why. Maybe it air rises or something. Maybe there's air particles that make it better. But yeah, some pretty good articulation. But the only thing about this figure is that there's no thigh swivels with the McFarlane figures right now. And I think there really needs to be. I don't know if that costs extra. But because there's no thigh swivel, and especially because of the way that these shin guards are, it looks like she's pigeon-toed. Even though you can move the feet around, right, it doesn't line up straight with how the center of the foot should be. That's the only thing that I don't like about it, is that feature of it. But other than that, this is a pretty sweet figure. But what makes this really awesome is that it comes with a flight stand. The flight stand, for $20, you get this figure and a flight stand. I think that's pretty awesome, because I had to pay like $10 to buy a flight stand from SHF Figure Arts. They make pretty good flight stands, but for small figures. I also forgot to show you the card, so there's the card over there. You know, there's both the cards. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and compare these with other figures, because the scale of these is very... That's the thing that's very off-putting for a lot of people. People think they're too big. There's 7-inch scale, and Marvel Legends are, I think, 6-inch. I think that's what it is. Anyways, so let's move this aside and let's look at this. So this Wonder Woman here is actually very problematic, because if you compare this with a Batgirl over here, the back of the cards say they're both the same height, but when you put them right next to each other, and I'll get a better thing of this. You put them right next to each other, she's obviously taller than Batgirl. Even though on the back of the card, they both say they're 5'10". So I'm fine with the 7-inch scale of figures. I think that they're fine, as long as they don't break. That's the thing. Like, if it just needs to pass QC, quality control, and I'm fine with it. DC Essentials is crap when it comes to that. DC Icons is crap when it comes to that. But these here, at least they're QC'd. I bought several of these already, and none of them feel like they're gonna break. They feel like you can pose them and they're not gonna break. And that's very important, especially when you're paying $20 for a figure, but in DC Essentials, you're paying $30 for a figure. It just doesn't seem fair. Anyways, rant over, moving on. 7 inches, that's the problem that I have with the McFarlane toys, is that they don't scale with each other. So let's put that aside and let's look at another character to compare this Wonder Woman character with, and who better to do that than Batman right over here, who only has one wing. Oh wait, here's the second wing. It's back on. All right, okay. So this is the Hellbat figure. This figure, to me, is one of the best figures, my favorite figures ever. So here's the scale between the Hellbat and for Wonder Woman. They are about the same height. Maybe Hellbat is a little bit taller, but the problem with this is that Hellbat is a suit for Bruce Wayne, so this should be a hulking piece of whatever, right? Wonder Woman should just be a little bit smaller, maybe a lot smaller actually, because it's a suit, right? But that's the problem that lies within the McFarlane toys right now, is that the scales don't match up between the two. It's just kind of strange, and I wish that they would. I hope that they start to change that in the future, because it's obvious that she should be much shorter. But I will say that on one of the comment threads for Asaka the Geek on Instagram, who has an amazing DC action figure collection, you should follow him on Instagram because his stuff is amazing, is that someone there said that someone talked to McFarlane or some people who work over there, and they've acknowledged it, and they will be moving forward with changing the scale for future toys. But unfortunately, this hit the manufacturing line before they could make those changes. So I'm hoping that they do, because I think that the figures are very good. I think that there's a good future for the figures. It's just that they need to make these changes now before they go on to the next wave of manufacturing and distribution. We're still in the very first year of seeing what McFarlane had to do with the license, and I'm kind of erring on the side of hopefulness for this, guys. I think it looks pretty sweet. So there you go, guys. That is the unboxing for this Wonder Woman figure over here. Let's put this closer. And the other Wonder Woman figure in her gold armor. I personally think that this one over here, Batgirl, will just keep still, is that this one over here is just okay. I think it's better after I open it up and took a look at it. I think it's a much better figure, but it's just okay. For this gold armor Wonder Woman, I think this is very nice to have. If you're not a fan of Wonder Woman, then you'd probably think, whatever, but I'm a big fan of the Trinity. This is a really cool armor fitting. You also don't get to see her in this. It's very much the armor from Kingdom Come, the graphic novel, which is amazing. If you haven't read it, read it. It's required reading. There is a figure that does very much exist that is the armor from the graphic novel, but it's from the late 90s, I think. You can still get it on eBay, and it's a very great figure. If you can find it, I absolutely do recommend that you get it and keep it forever and never get rid of it. I still have to get it. But you can get it now. Not the same exact thing, but very much, you know, inspired by that for $20. And you could probably find it pretty easily at Target because, A, nobody is going toy hunting, and if they are, then, like, yeah, they're skipping it. This is very much a skip list for a lot of toy hunters out there, but for me, personally, I think it's really nice. Anyways, guys, that is my unboxing and review for these two figures from the Wonder Woman 1984 and the gold armor. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you think they are trash or if you think you're gonna get them. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to me here on my YouTube channel, as well as follow me on my Instagram at TheNerdBuster. I post a lot of stories and photos over there as well. Until next time, guys, adios. This one over here